Hello, thank you for watching, and thank you for giving Elena and myself the opportunity to walk you through our legacy program, a journey through mastery to artistry for you to create far greater value from the way you are, you coach, you lead, and you live. Elena and I have been serving executives as coaches and training thousands and thousands of leaders and coaches around the world for quite many years with great joy. Before that, we had a first career in corporate, where we served in senior leadership positions in various continents. Now, enough about us and all about you and the program. And perhaps, Elena, you could tell us what we go for in terms of objectives for that journey.
Yes, I think that we are in a world that is every day more complex and it's changing so fast. So we need to learn how to inspire and to succeed globally, to open more and more doors in our work, and to learn how to create an exceptional value for our clients and for our followers if we are working as leaders.
And now you may ask, yeah, interesting, but now, well, Elena actually suggested it, right? Basically, the world has become so complex that the coaching and leadership skills we've used for decades will not suffice to create exceptional value going forward. And what really needs to happen is for coaches to find their new way to energize and inspire and stretch their clients at a much deeper level to enable them to thrive in a much more complex and challenging environment. And what needs to happen too is for leaders to become catalysts of collective intelligence, because of course, in such complexity and fast change, no leader is smart enough to figure out alone the best way forward. That will not suffice, however. Leaders will also have to become sources of disruptive innovation and inspiration, powerful enough to energize their people through the stress of continuous change and through the stress of far more complex challenges coming up one after the other. Now, Elena and I have in mind three key success factors for both leaders and coaches. And perhaps, Elena, you could let us know a bit about them, yeah?
Yes, the first one is to become inspiration. And for that, we need to create a space for our client where our client could feel the freedom and the beauty to create the life and the results he or she wants. And also, we have to work a lot in enlarging the size of the world that we relate with, our inner world, because we can only see in others what we can see in ourselves. And also in the outer world, because if we are working globally, we need to relate globally to all the cultures, not with the eyes of a tourist, but with the eyes of somebody that can stand on the foot or the feet of the other culture. And as leaders, we need to learn how to offer a world where the other one can make true his or her own dream. Because if that vision that we are offering doesn't give the space for personal realization, they will no go for it.
Indeed. And so the journey invites you of course, to work on these opportunities for your growth as a leader and as a coach, right? And it represents a double stretch. In fact, of course, you've got to first consolidate your mastery, fill in the gaps where there are some. And if you are already a master at your craft, coaching or leadership, you still have to actualize it, and we'll help you, of course, all along the way. Now, that will not be enough. The second stretch is for you to develop your artistry in leadership and in coaching. And by that, we mean developing, obviously, the creativity of your mind, but also, and actually more importantly, a way of being that creates a space for you and others to be completely creative, innovative, disruptive. And then, by the addition of your consolidated mastery and your artistry, all developed in parallel, then you can create exceptional value for your clients as a coach and stakeholders and with your followers as a leader. In short, mastery plus artistry in our new world are just good for business. Now, perhaps we can walk you through the benefits for coaches first and for leaders then. Elena, would you like to perhaps walk us through some benefits we've prepared with the program for coaches?
Yes. And the first one is elevating your way of being and energy as a coach into sources of inspiration. And for that, we propose you to make a trip, an inner trip to your deep insecurities, desires, probably unknown, your fears, and transform them into catalyst of growth. And work there to clean what you think it's a shadow, bring it to the light, and then use all that to see beauty and light in others, looking for enlightening their hidden potential and partnering with them to play with what they discover and work out how to become an inspiration and then be inspiration. The second one is to gain new competencies to create far greater value with your clients. So these means polish your mastery, your existing competencies, and know how to use them in very challenging cases. And then take your mastery to another step, the step of artistry. And this is so important for the ones that are committed to become a great coach in the world and coach at a much deeper level. So you can enable clients to convert fears, shame, shadow into sources of inspiration. Do with them the same work you did with yourself. Also, probably learn some artistic techniques and expand the size of your world so that you can coach people globally. So, destroy conscious and unconscious barriers to understanding others, appreciate and adopt and learn and design new ways of being, reasoning, relating with different cultures and philosophies. Try to free yourself of the judgment of limitations. And you will learn 36 ICF CCUs, 25 are in core competencies. And for sure, this is another proposal, enlarge your network, working with people from all over the world.
And we've tried to capture the essence of the value proposition we come up with for you, right? And we said is you be a global inspiration. And some of you may think, wait, I'm a coach, experienced enough, but I'm not a master coach yet. So perhaps this program is not for me. And we would say, oh, but it is. Do not wait to be a master to accelerate your progress towards mastery with artistry. Because when you combine the two, of course, you elevate your practice much sooner. Now, benefits for leaders, well, in essence, it's exactly the same thing. It's all about becoming a global inspiration as a leader. And that's why, um, because it's the same value proposition, we invite coaches and leaders in the very same program. In fact, because part of the work is really similar to the two categories. And then, of course, coaching is more and more embedded in leadership, and coaches and leaders have always fantastic interactions together. Now, attending this program for leaders is really like benefiting of an expanded, deep executive coaching engagement that enables you to first make your way of being and energy as a leader highly inspirational. Just the same takeaway as for the coaches, in fact, in that regard, right? And then also continue to master leadership, identify the missing skills, and we help them add them to your repertoire. And of course, actualize your leadership to be effective in a fast changing complex world, right? We'll help you lead globally, as you will learn a lot from other cultures and draw from Eastern and Western wisdom. Through the of artistry, obviously, you will enrich the quality of your forward and strategic thinking. And as a result of all of the above, really, the executive presence, the charisma you have will be much enhanced. And you will inspire and enable your people in novel ways. You'll develop their collective intelligence in novel ways as well, with the grace and power of your artistic mind. And of course, as coaches, you will enlarge your network with fellow leaders from around the world and talented coaches from around the world as well. And having said that, I guess it's important that we let you know how we have engineered the program to meet our high-level objectives. Elena, perhaps you could walk us through the pedagogy?
Yes, what we are proposing is to do together a trip where we will have 14 every 15 days webinars with Jean-Francois and me, and all the people that will be in this space, coaches and leaders from all over the world. And we are proposing a way of learning where we will send you 24 guided activities, one per week, to convert this learning into a practice right away, and a practice also of conversation and enlarging your world in conversations with your peers and a mentor in each small group in a weekly mentor facilitated time webinar where you can learn from the others, learn from yourself, learn intimacy. You will have also at the end the possibility of designing a project for your own reinvention, creating a new value proposition going forward as a coach or as a leader. And you will have always available a library of inspirational resources that will be at your disposition with articles, videos, notes, books that you can go for them in the moment you want for your knowledge and wisdom in coaching and leadership. And all this material will be still available for you after 3 months that we finish our trip.
Yeah. And with this, we want to thank you for your attention. In a minute, we'll propose a couple of videos on about Elena and me in action, right? But for now, we do hope that the few ideas we've shared about that deep journey of reinvention through mastery to artistry for you to create far greater value going forward from the way you are, you coach, you lead, and you live, have resonated with you. And of course, we'd love to get in touch with you, understand more about your aspirations, and perhaps detail more about what's in the program. So we'll be happy to call you and learn about your experiences at your convenience. In our team, we speak English and Spanish, French as well, and Chinese. And depending on the language you prefer to converse with, we've provided a variety of phone numbers and email addresses at which you can get through the team. You can also download the brochure of the program with this link, which in the comments at the bottom of the YouTube video you're watching, right? And you can also scan the QR code. And with this, perhaps, Elena, we're going to say bye-bye and see you soon for now.
Yes, it will be a pleasure going hand by hand in this trip together to expanding our words.
Thank you very much again. All the best to you. And here are 2 videos about Elena and me in action. All the best to you.
Hablar de Elena Espinal es referirse a una de las master coaches más reconocidas del mundo. Ha inspirado a miles de personas en todos los rincones del mundo por su sabiduría, originalidad, innovación y la trascendencia de los temas que aborda. Quien la escucha queda empoderado para convertir sus propios desafíos en posibilidades. Ha acompañado a ejecutivos y líderes de grandes empresas a transformar su percepción acerca del diseño de futuro y de una mejor manera de vivir y conducir a sus equipos, creando personas capaces de mirar la posibilidad, navegar la incertidumbre y adelantarse a su tiempo. Elena Espinal es pionera en la creación de la cultura del coaching ontológico en Argentina y otros países latinoamericanos como México, Colombia, Chile, Uruguay, Panamá, entre muchos otros. Reconocida por la implementación del coaching para procesos de cambio en grandes organizaciones públicas y privadas de talla mundial, donde a través de un modelo de riesgo por elección impulsa el liderazgo, la innovación y la coordinación de acciones. Su mayor talento aparece en la generación de lo nuevo, de aquello que algunos llaman imposible, donde la incertidumbre, la creación de posibilidad y la confianza son los rieles sobre los que un ser humano puede sentirse apoyado. Elena es fundadora y directora de Team Power. Es una reconocida conferencista internacional. Por más de 2 décadas ha trabajado en 4 continentes impulsando procesos de cambio, liderazgo y coaching, motivando con su creatividad, profundidad y humanidad a audiencias de hasta 12.000 personas. Es la fundadora y directora de la primera formación de coaches ciegos del mundo. Por más de 20 años ha sido reconocida internacionalmente por la formación y especialización de coaches en América Latina, Estados Unidos y España.
Jean-Francois Cousin partners with companies to unleash more of their greatness. Since 2006, he has inspired hundreds of audiences across Asia and far beyond. He helps leaders bring out their best and improve engagement, collaboration, and agility in organizations. Jean-Francois experiments with his participants, using energizing and fun activities to anchor learning, and concludes with irresistible calls to action. As a result, his audiences will laugh, cry, and play together, adopt more effective mindsets and behaviors, and commit to change their game for greater outcomes.